everyone, and welcome to Climax of the Night 6 here in Atlanta, Georgia, as we bring y'all the biggest Melty Blood type Lumina bracket of the year. 158 entrants, and by the end of today, we're going to be whittling that down to the top 32. I'm Salty Boy, joined here on the mic with.
I'm Risky Sweep here. I'm once again blessed to be here on the mic here for Melty Blood type Lumina action happening here. This is the E pool. We've already had a couple of pools beforehand. We're going to have plenty of there afterwards. We're getting to, like you said, Salty Boy, to that top 32, and it's going to be a bloodbath all the way down. This funnel is just going to be it's going to be non-stop madness all the way down.
Oh, absolutely. 158 entrants, which is, like I said, the biggest Melty Blood type Lumina bracket of the year, but you know, that's a little bit smaller than some of the other games that we have here, and just really any other big game you would see at a major. But the skill is just so concentrated. Oh, like you said, we're funneling that down. It's going to be a bloodbath. I mean, even looking at an individual pool, you have so many players that could potentially make top 8 that are not even going to be making that cut.
You are exactly right. If you are online right now for Melty Blood type Lumina and you're on the East Coast and you're wondering why you're not getting any matches from like S and above, they're all here. They're all here ready and willing to make damage happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Some people describe it as the Smash Brothers of fighting game tournaments. Or of French bread in general, right?
Okay.
And I think that's a very apt description because you have everyone here.
Yeah, like the trailer said, everyone is here.
Exactly.
Notably in this block, there are a lot of Vlovs in play, and it looks like if we're not going to a button check, we may have that Vlov coming up here on the screen right now with no beans on the Vlov, the party store on Akiha Tono.
And it looks like we're getting straight into the swing of things. No Beans already finding the first hit against the Party Store and is going to be doing a good deal of damage and knock the Party Store into the corner.
Yeah, we're already going to keep that pressure. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of delay, going to the low, and you're going to get that nice little combo that goes along with it. Continue with the EX, a little bit of move skill to bring it down and keep up the pressure into a safe jump, and you got that hit at the top of the head.
But now Party Store can finally get that party started, but
no.
not if we get a miss input like that. Definitely not intentional and unfortunate whiff as No Beans is able to secure that round pretty clean.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. EXDP is really good, especially as an anti-air in a lot of cases there. Unfortunately, yeah, like I said, probably missed input on there. But we're going back, no round, no hesitation on there. Back into the position of No Beans, making some stuff happen here. The clash on there, tried to go and follow it, but got a little bit of a fatal counter, a little bit of extra damage as a bonus.
Another fatal counter here as well as No Beans tax on that pain on top of Party Store. Knocking back down to the ground. What's the mix-up? We're going for the same overhead mix-up once again, and we're going to get hit by it yet again. Oh, okay. Looks like we got the players mixed up. Princess Cagalli is going to be on Akiha and CrippledRoach on Vlov. I know CrippledRoach.
All right, yeah, CrippledRoach has been constant appearance, especially had a really good run at Combo Breaker last year, I believe, on that. But has been a strong Vlov, has been knowing those tendencies. I should have recognized that. It's once they were getting down, no hesitation, no stop on there. But yeah, Princess Cagalli on the Akiha Tono as well.
Not anymore.
We got ourselves. You know what? We were gonna have a Neko arc here. We might as well break off that bandage right now.
Yeah, Princess Cagalli. Maybe not fully believing in the sense, just you know what? I'm going to have some fun.
Yeah,
we're just going to switch to that Neko arc and see all the shenanigans that we can bring with that. But right now, CrippledRoach is not even going to let Cagalli have a chance to spin that gotcha.
No gotcha, no esports elbow for you. Here as we go on. Continuing, we're just playing it on the other side of the corner. Familiar combos happening here, finishing off into the safe jump. Does get the hit. Yeah, Neko arc being short does not mean you don't get hit by that.
And wow, that was very brutal as CrippledRoach secures a perfect against Cagalli in that round. What does Cagalli have in response? Backing up here, and now we're going to start zoning a bit with our projectiles with our weird movement speed. And CrippledRoach is not really phased all too much, using the big range of his normals, of his projectiles to control this neutral space.
A little bit of kind of floating forward, but you know what? If you're on the ground and the fire carpet is coming for you, you got to make sure you block that as we get another little hit down there, and we're going in right for the grab, back into neutral territory.
Yeah, you can tell Cagalli was very scared of that option of the fire carpet on the floor, right? But right now, you're not going to have to worry about it all too much longer as CrippledRoach finds the final hit into the easy combo to secure the game win and the set as well.
Yeah, tried to throw out a couple of onion rings at the very end there, but unfortunately not to be there. A little bit like I like what trying to with Princess Cagalli was trying to go into the trying to kind of keep the flow, kind of keep off the game because if you're not used to that with kind of floating across, it can trip you up a little bit. However, you're still air unblock like ground hits, air unblockable. You're going to get hit. You're going to get that damage.
Yeah, and you can tell also that Cagalli was trying to jump up in the air, toss out those projectiles to cover that approach from Vlov, and also avoid the flame carpet at the same time. But the problem with that is that Vlov doesn't have to approach, right?
Oh, no.
He can play on his own terms, and he's not a character that doesn't want. He's not a character that really wants to be in your face at all times. He kind of just wants to sit back and wait for you to approach him and just use his big mid-range buttons because in a scramble, in a close range situation, he's not going to have buttons that are fast enough to properly win in a lot of those circumstances.
Right, especially being able to stand back there. You got the projectiles, you got the carpet on there, you got that excellent lariat, especially Moonskill lariat in there to kind of bring it down. Even going into your lariat A option, which is the low in there. You got so many ways to just approach from even mid to late screen there that if you just got to keep up and kind of pay attention to what Vlov is doing and kind of anticipate that.
And we're going to have to anticipate a lot more Vlovs later in the bracket because, like Risky has alluded to at the start of this stream, there's going to be a ton of Vlovs. So many strong Vlov players in both of these pools that we have to look forward to. So, if you don't really like Vlov, well, stay tuned because Melty Blood type Luna is a very fun game. And, 158 players here to play this game. If that doesn't say anything, I don't know what does. Oh, no. It's
everyone. It's still a very strong game, especially being able to play. There's with Panic Shield Anonymous, Wassid Gaming, a lot of especially in the U.S. in the North American region, being able to play that consistently on a weekly basis and have those tournaments going on. You get to see strong play after strong play after strong play. Yeah, it's certainly a neat niche game, and it's going to be really hard for Melty Blood in general to really break out of that space, right? We had maybe 500 players at EVO, but we're not really getting that much bigger than that. But you don't really have to be because there's so much support going on for this game at the moment that if you're a player for it currently or you're a player that's looking to get into it, it's a great time all the time because like you said, Wazzy, constantly running tournaments. There's so many TOs currently running this game. Even some locals still supporting this game as well. Magic Pixel is one of them. I know we have someone representing that area in this bracket as well. And of course, there's still patches coming out for this game as well. Yeah, the latest patch being back in May has been significantly it's probably been it breathed fresh new life into the game. It's been a lot of fun dealing with it, especially with how fast moon skills can be now. They just threw away the moon drive part. You got that fast startup wherever you are on that. They want you to use that moon skill. They want you to get that meter. They want you to build it up from there. But it looks like we're going to be having a bit of a change of pace in terms of the character selection here, as we have a Ciel and a Kouma stepping up to the plate for this next game. Okay, we got OS. I kid you not, I saw OS Simpson, and I'm like, is that Red Blade? I did the same thing! I did it I was like, I don't think Red Blade plays this game. I don't, definitely does. This is someone else. I double-checked before because I had the same exact reaction. That sounds like up Red Blade's alley here. But regardless, we got OS Simpson versus LexMishima on the Kouma Kishima at that part. We're playing the CL game into the corner here, getting the throw down, keeping up that pressure here, making sure that Kouma can't do anything. Yeah, and you really do not want Kouma to get out of this sequence, to get out and run his own offense, because once he does, Kouma becomes very scary. The thing about Kouma is that health bar up in the top right, that's not his health bar. His health bar is the bottom right corner there. Wait till you get that super armor, get that on there. But I like what OS Simpson's playing right now, throwing away throwing the keys, keeping up the way, making sure that you cannot approach. But when you do approach, you get that damage in here and get a nearly perfect here. Vital Source still remaining. Yeah, great play from OS Simpson. A lot of great zoning as well with those keys, those projectiles, tossing them from full screen, and using those movement options very well as well, because Kouma can have a bit of a linear approach. Right down with the 3C on there. First opportunity for LexMishima. All right, there's a sweep coming in. OS Simpson going to run their offense, and Lex mashing out, but doesn't fully believe in it. And now OS Simpson is going to be taking full advantage of that scramble and going to get the hard knockdown with the cash out. Yeah, both players have a lot of meter to work with here. OS Simpson used a little bit of that just to keep up in the corner here. The clash on that in the advantageous of OS Simpson here. Finally getting a little bit of pushback. Tried to go for the throw, but no can do. Going to
Go for a bit of that charge there to get a bit of meter on hand. Now we do have that arc drive available, so a single hit from Oa Simpson confirmed into a combo will be enough to take out LexMishima, or we're going to go for that heat activation. And now you want to be very, very scared. You do not want to get hit, but LexMishima meeting Oa Simpson up in the air.
Yeah, run up, get the throw on there, kind of keep it a little bit simple, a little bit safe. Just get the damage where it counts in there because you only need a little bit more to get that round and get the first match.
Yeah, well played from Oa Simpson, using all of Ciel's toolkit to their full potential, I would say. All the movement options, all the zoning options, all of the rushdown game as well. A very well-rounded character.
Meanwhile, LexMishima got a nice little fatal counter in there, get a little bit of damage, but unfortunately not much else after that. We like back into the neutral territory, holding down too far away to go in for the shield, the 3C, the shield option A on there afterwards here. But you're trying to, LexMishima is trying to go for the grab, and Oa Simpson's just nowhere to be found, just high up in the air.
Right, there's the pressure coming in. Lex back up against the wall, the shield coming out, and the shield in response. Oa Simpson's going to run up for that throw. You know, sometimes shielding in response isn't always the best option.
No, not. Sometimes it does lead to great damage on there at the end here. We're going in. The instant air dash gets a little bit of a hit, but drops it on there, giving LexMishima a chance to recuperate on that.
Also spending a bit of meter as well. So you want to make sure that you gain that meter back by the end of this round, or maybe pop heat to recover a bit of that health. But I don't know if LexMishima fully believes in this round, but now there's that heat coming out, and now we're going to start recovering that health, and now we have a bit of meter to use, but we don't get that armor activation.
Oh, and that's one of the few things you can do. You got that shield counter B. If you get a fatal counter, that's one of the few ways you can still get a full combo off of there afterwards. Oa Simpson took full advantage of that.
Now Oa Simpson just needs to play as patient as possible, gets hit by that final move from LexMishima. Trying to get that into the combo to knock down shield response, and there it is, another shield like that. But that's the RPS that you have to play. Are we going to go for a follow-up, or are we not?
Yeah, honestly, I like that. When Oa Simpson's been up close, just playing the strike throw game, just playing it really simple. It's been working so far in there. Don't have to do a lot of pressure. You get consistent damage from that instead of going for some more risky options on there.
And it's very punishing to go for those shields now, right? Because there's so much more end lag tied to it.
Yeah, you not only even if you go for the shield, you have increased scaling on that, so you don't get nearly as much damage as you did before the patch. Catching on there, that 3C has been doing a lot of work in the favor of LexMishima, but unfortunately nothing else after it.
Yeah, LexMishima finding a lot of good hits, but unfortunately not able to finish those combos. And I think that's where LexMishima is struggling, because you want to go for those meter combo enders to get that armor and to get the threat of that command grab coming in.
Yeah, activated heat on there. You get in there, and from a clear downtown all the way, your Uber has arrived, and it is going to be Oa Simpson moving on in the bracket.
Dumping all of those resources to get that full screen confirmed. Well played to Oa Simpson, taking out LexMishima here in this set.
Yeah, definitely, I like a lot. I said it before with the throw game on there. I really like that Oa Simpson would just happen. It was oh, Ciel has such good movement, especially in the air, kind of keeping away. We saw an attempt from LexMishima in there to kind of try to reach in, especially doing triple combat, some of the Rekka stuff in there, trying to hold it down there. I didn't see a lot of 2B though. 2B is it was a little bit nerfed in that patch, but it's still a fantastic button for Kouma in there, and it just if you time it and wait before it hits down on there, you get that 2B, you get start of combo. We saw Scrot Vermilion do that a million times previously.
Yeah, absolutely. 2B, if you watch Scrot play, 2B looks like a god button, yeah. And it kind of is really good. It is very strong, very good as an anti-air. But we saw a lot of those 3Cs come out from LexMishima, probably because 3C is a bit, I guess, I don't know if you would say more reliable, but it's kind of your dedicated anti-air if all else fails.
It is, and it did get increases in the patch. Depending on your character you're playing, you either got increased startup frames or an increased height in that. I'm not sure on Kouma. I know it got the increased startup frames. I think that was clear across the board. But a lot of characters got that buff on there, so it's just more encouraging to go for that 3C option, and I understand.
Yeah, we also saw a bit. And another thing, too, is we saw LexMishima go for some of those air-to-airs as well, and we saw some be successful, but unfortunately, I think midway through the set, we kind of just stopped going for them, maybe because the projectiles were catching them out, but yeah. I think those air-to-airs really could have kind of swung the favor. And also, super jumps as well, just to close that distance very fast.
Yeah, super jumps, being able to use like the armor quite a bit. Like usually you see that like on knockdown, get it set up and like be able to like, oh, I don't have to block anymore. I don't have to worry about things here. I'm gonna play the game that I want to play. We didn't really get to see any of that, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it looks like we have our next set of players lining up here. It looks like it's between Nonchalant, Dreadhead, Roa versus Banjo. And I believe you said that Nonchalant, Dreadhead, Roa is actually high, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is high. Like, if we see the Roa come in, I'll know it's high at this point. So
I mean, he calls himself Nonchalant, Dreadhead, Roa. I hope he's playing Roa.
Sometimes that's the tech, though. Sometimes you name yourself something afterwards, or you cosplay as a different character than the one you're playing, and you just like kind of trick it on there. I do see the Roa on there. I see a Saber on the other side, though.
Oh, this is going to be really interesting. Roa is a character that is a bit of a zoner as well, kind of similar to Ciel in that sense. But unlike Ciel, we're really just cutting off lanes of the screen and preventing you from approaching very easily. And the thing about Saber is that she can have a bit of a linear approach, albeit she is very fast. So it's going to be about whether or not Dreadhead Roa can efficiently cut off those lanes of the screen before Banjo can get in and face.
Yeah, and tried and true Hyde is going immediately into the EX, get a little bit of Moon Meter on there afterwards here. We got the corner here, forcing the activation of Heat on there. Going to like stop from getting like a whole lot of health back here with this extra damage here, and Hyde is on a tear right now.
Yeah, tearing that health bar apart and catching Banjo on the escape as well. Should be able to kill here. Yes, we will. Doesn't have to spend any meter as well. And now Dreadhead Aroa is going to be taking that first round.
Yeah, definitely like really good solid start here. Like had definitely ate their Wheaties to begin the evening on here.
This is where Saber can start to thrive. She has very safe pressure once she gets started, and it's very ambiguous whether or not those pressure resets are going to happen because of how her wreckage strings work.
Okay, yeah, got a little bit of a fatal counter there. Got the extra damage from the throw. The switch over from the shield from the BC to get Saber in the corner. This is where Hyde wants you to be.
Now Banjo just has to hold all of it. When will the pressure end?
Waiting for it.
Oh,
nice. Nice patience from Banjo here. Waiting for that. Did not immediately swing and waited for that, like where the low would have been on there. Got a little like damage. And we got a corner of their own here and a round two.
And this is one of the things about Saber, too. You saw that Saber was in the corner.
Yes.
Instantly corner to corner. And the thing is about Melty Blood type Lumina, these stages are wide. These are long stages.
Oh, yeah.
So it's very impressive that Saber is a character that can consistently do that.
Yeah, exactly here. All right, backdashing away. You're still going to have to deal with the lightning on there, but here we go. Instant air dash into the high on there. Going to get damage. Going to get that corner right back for Hyde.
Lost damage as well. 4 bars to their name, and I love that Moondrive as a pause button, catching them in the air.
Yeah, had the opportunity to do that just because like already in the air during that, so got the throw on there. Unfortunately, Hyde is going right into the arc drive finish here. Going to make a lot of damage happen. I don't think it's enough. It is not.
5.6k, certainly nothing to scoff at though. And Banjo, might want to go for Heat too as well, because now you're at that one-touch range, and if you go for that Heat, recover all the health, then you're going to be at full health. But we'll see what we want to do. Yeah, we're going to go for the Heat Ender, and that DP was not enough to kill because of that health regen.
Yeah, use the offensive burst on there to get a little bit of health back on there. Have to hold it back. Going to finish it off here, but a Moondrive is activated on Hyde's own. The resources are all in their favor. Yeah, you got those extra clash frames with the Moondrive activation on there, using it as a full advantage and getting the first match for Hyde. Nonchalant, Dreadhead, Roa.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Banjo was quite ready for that side swap at the end there. Got caught off guard, but now we're going into the second game. Banjo certainly putting up a fight against Dreadhead Road right now.
Yeah, Saber has a lot of really good tools, especially going into the Rekka, kind of changing up your high and low options on there, being able to keep you in the corner, especially if you're wanting to use a little bit of meter, and you get like so much more meter in this version of the patch than you did previously. So like understandably, you want to spend as much as you gain.
And right now, Dreadhead Row is spending a lot to make sure that this combo kills. Will this be enough? Oh, that was optimal.
Yeah, the scaling was coming into play behind. It's like, no, I control the life bar right now.
And with a perfect, Dreadhead Roa is going to be keeping that momentum up with yet another combo to start off this next round. A throw in response to that Moondrive activation from Banjo. Now Banjo stuck in the corner, has some meter on hand, so maybe a heat will be used as a defensive option, or we're going to go for our 2A mash, a very, very strong tool that Saber has access to.
Yeah, got recovered in the air, recovered again here. Oh, the BC, the delayed on there, just the shield beat just to get a little bit of damage here. You're back in the corner though. Hyde is going to make this like get ahead, and there goes the mash 2A once again. We see it on one side, we see it on the other side now.
Oh, we'll go for the side swap as well. We're not going for the corner carry. We're going back into the corner. You put them in, making sure that Dreadhead Roa did all the work for them and spending all that meter for the arc drive finish. Knows that they want that round to go to their favor, but now Banjo, without any meter to their name, going to this final round, Dreadhead Roa fully stacked up.
Yeah, Banjo at least can activate Moondrive here, but the question is Banjo going to get the chance to do that?
Fatal counter, that's huge from that throw.
Oh, missed on the first one, but got the combo on the second try. Here we're going to head EX again, still like just using one. And in that territory where any hit could cause massive amount of damage, using the Moondrive in there to go in the jump cancel on there afterwards. This time get it, go ahead, spins the rest of the meter there, make sure to end it. Technically a double perfect in there, lost the round in the middle, but got it in the end.
Yep. Pretty much a double perfect there.
Yeah, and wearing amazing shirts, of course.
Yeah, well played to Nonchalant Dreadhead Roa. That's a mouthful. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
You could have gone with a better name, I feel.
I mean, it comes off like you can do like some Shakespearean tongue to that. It'd be like Nonchalant Dreadhead Roa or something. But it's like that's what we saw. We saw a monologue happening with Hyde, with Dreadhead Roa, like kind of going in, like keeping up the pace of the match. There was a couple times where Banjo was especially in the corner, finding out those patterns, finding out where kind of the instant air dash in there, like going in there, like I can mash 2A here and now, I can get the turn. And was taking really good advantage of that. But Roa, the Hyde just in the end, was just making it work time and time and time again.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think a lot of it came down to the defensive patterns from Banjo as well, because we saw so many of those fatal counter throws come in, and because of that, Nonchalant Dreadhead Roa knew, like, okay, I can go for a lot more throws than I may normally be comfortable with, because Banjo is showing that they're not teching them.
Right.
Or, not teching them, or being caught in situations where they're leaning on one defensive option too much, where they're getting fatal countered, right?
Yeah, it's just, it's one of those things, you got so many different defensive options you have to worry about here, and it's no slow game. Type Lumina just can go, like, you can get time overs. It's pretty rare, especially in the current version. But it's also, like, everything, you got to make a split-second decision. You got to, like, make sure you read your opponent. I mean, really read your opponent.
Yeah, it's such a fast game, and that shield RPS certainly does the reading no favors, right? You got to make sure that you know what your opponent does in response to your shield at any given moment. But right now, we had a bit of a break, but now we're back to the Vlovs with Akimi, one of the top seeds in this pool, playing against Late Tuvach.
Yeah, Late Tuvach on there. I'm going to call it like that on here on the Hisui here, ready to try to clean up the mess that Vlov is trying to make here. Akimi, like, definitely has been streaming this game and Uni 2 quite a bit. I believe you'll see her on the mic and like at some point in the weekend as well, so be on the lookout for that as well. But here we go, already keeping control of the match here, using those zoning capabilities here, but Late Tuvach happened to get like in there with a hit on there, going on the other end, keeping you on the same side.
Yeah, Late Tuvach now has Akimi stuck in the corner, and there is the defensive option coming out, but not able to fully finish the combo. Still alright, because we go for that 2B, 2C to get that kill.
Really quick round overall for Akimi here, and we did get the fatal counter in the air, but no conversion unfortunately here. But we do get another combo on here afterwards, so like going to have a little bit of extra damage here. Oh, try to go for the low shield on there afterwards, no punish, but this time we do. We got that corner here.
Yeah, we really just went for 3 jump backs in a row, 4 jump backs in a row. But right now we're in Blood Heat, so we would be really scared about actually pressing a button against Late Tuvach. And now look, Akimi just spends all that time like, okay, you're knocked down. I'm not going to go for a meaty. I'm just going to get all this meter back.
Yeah, it's time. It's like we're playing the waiting game. We're playing the pause. I don't have to do anything here. Catching up. Here comes the Bento. Stomp to the stomp already. Very quick rounds in there from Akimi. Has Akimi no stranger to also top 8s at Climax of Night. Has been in the past in this game when like a couple years ago when she was one of the 4 Vlovs I believe we had in that top 8 at that time.
And recently, earlier this year, has had really strong showings in top 8 at several majors as well.
Indeed,
Slashback being one of them, right?
Oh yeah,
And
exactly.
Frosties, right?
I'm not sure on that, but yeah, probably.
Frosties at 1 point.
Yeah, Frosty's at 1 point here. But
Akimi working on a perfect right now against LexMishima, but still needs one more combo to land, and that's going to be it. Jump back into the sword swing. Really just, I mean, that space control is just so difficult to deal with.
yeah, you have especially for that mid-range along. We said it before, but you have so many different options, especially being able to swing that sword from a distance here. And yeah, go ahead, spin it out. Try to go in to see what will happen on Wake Up there, but here you get hit with the bento all the way into the corner here. Chance for Leitu Bosch to get some damage here. Build up the meter, spins a little bit of that there, just enough to set up the bento on there afterwards and play the game that Hisui loves to play.
Here we go, locked in the corner. This is where Leitu has been wanting to get this entire set. Can we get the kill here? No, we cannot. We're setting up the bento. We want to save that meter, and it looks like we're going to be getting that final hit with that bento setup.
I like that. Added a little bit of extra confidence in there. As soon as they got the corner, started playing that bento game in there and trying to keep you guessing, and that's where they were getting the most damage there. Unfortunately, now you have to deal with ice projectile bias, so you gotta Vlov. You gotta make sure you're ready for that. And unfortunately, you're getting wall splatted into the corner here, and a significant damage happening. Akimi. Wow. Wow!
What a play!
As I was saying that, got in there with the, get the last arc finish on there. All the way we get to see the cinematic power through.
All right, so heat normally is unblockable, right? And there's some ways to deal with heat.
Yes.
You can shield it, or you can be out of range, right? And in that situation, we went for that moon drive. Okay, heat gets popped.
Yeah,
I know what I'm going to do. And I really like that we're using that pause button not only as a defensive tool, but also an offensive tool to check to see what your opponent is doing on defense, especially something as committal as heat like that. Well played to Akimi. And, man, it is so scary, right? You took that round against Vlov, and you're like, okay, cool. I took a round, but now you enter the boss character where he powers up, goes into ice mode, becomes a stronger character because ice mode basically improves the frame data and the hitboxes of a lot of his projectiles and makes him so much scarier as a ranged threat.
Yeah, you have to readjust kind of what you were already doing. So if you're not ready for that immediately, you're suddenly having to play almost a different matchup in some cases. But yeah, Akimi seemed very confident in going in there. Put on the show, especially at the end there. Like you said, is on pace to potentially get out of the bracket here. Looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And looks like we will be going to an ad break real quick, so stay tuned for some more Melty Blood type Lumina coming up very soon.
Don't go anywhere. We are back here, Climax of Night. We're continuing on with the E-pools here. I'm Risky Sweep. This is Salty Boy. We are having a fantastic time with this bracket so far. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I've been loving watching all of these games so far for Type Lumina, whether it was yesterday, whether it was today, and we're going to be keeping that action going for one more hour for this block. But before I believe, I think we're still running one more Type Lumina pool after this one.
I believe so on there.
Yeah, I think one more and then top 32.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a long ride to the end of this day. And I can't wait to see what players move on, which players do not. And one of the players that I'm really interested to see how far they make it is Shijo, who is stepping up to the plate versus Brrrr. Brrrr is the one in the beanie. Shijo is not. Shijo actually coming from Japan and was one of the players that the community raised $6,000 for to actually bring to this event. So you can see that community support coming in full force to bring 3 strong players from across the globe to play in this tournament. Seed number 9, 9th place at EVO Japan this last year, I think.
Yeah, very strong player on that. 1-1 to 3, the other 2 being Drachme and Haya, I believe, on there. Shout out to Panic Shield Anonymous and that GoFundMe that everyone contributed to make this happen here. You're making this match happen right here in front of us here. And Ciel already getting started with the Akiha Tono in the corner.
Yeah, we'll see if Brrrr is going to be that villain to take out Shijo and stop their tracks right here, right now in winner's side. But right now, Shijo looking so oppressive against Brrrr. Brrrr yet to find an option to use here in this in the corner, and is just a sitting duck.
That's one of the things, Shijo, Akiha, a pressure machine. You need something pressure watch. You put Akiha in the corner. You watch that wall go from gray to white in there. As if we get into the corner, we got it, and that is a not quite perfect, but very, very close.
And this also kind of, I would say, represents a little bit of a con when it comes to Vlov as a character. We've been talking about how strong he is oppressively, how strong he is at a range. But when he's stuck in the corner, you know, his defense can be very committal. His tall hurt box is certainly doing him no favors.
Right.
So you got to be very careful playing against a character, especially when you're on defense as Vlov.
Yeah, especially one that has like so many, especially jumping in, like you have so many different tools in the air to kind of keep you like, and you got that extra, yeah, you said it, like your extra pixel tall strength on there. Brilliant wheel to get us set up, same side on there, and we're getting slowly, we're air hockeying all the way into the corner. Got the side switch on there. Finally an opportunity for Brrrr to make something happen.
And with full mirror to his name, but drops the combo. Extremely unfortunate, but still in ice mode, trying to use those projectiles to keep Shijo at bay, but a very well played shield into that B follow-up to catch Brrrr and finish off that round.
Yeah, unfortunately did not have a lot to do outside of like that one opportunity there. Shijo was just maintaining control for the majority of the match here, but a brand new match here, match number 2. Shijo up 1 here so far, but Brrrr has a chance to make a change here.
Oh, there's the 63 sequence there, or I think that's a moon skill. Either way, catching Brrrr, trying to escape the corner. Look at that damage from that confirm.
Goes just goes into the low in there, kind of keeping it up there. The stand up in there with the throw on there, keeping it up, changing up the pace in there, and going in for the low again here.
Going for that air tech. Brrrr getting that throw, tossing Shijo into the corner instead, but Brrrr on very low life. Last hit. One more hit for Shijo is going to do it, and there's that throw to close off that round and place Shijo onto set point.
All right, we got back into Ice Vlov here, kind of keeping the distance there, trying to find it. Unfortunately, misses with all the icicles, so I kind of good being able to thread the needle in there and get that damage in there with the combo starter here. One thing you're going to see a lot more of, like you got that moon skills in the middle of combos here, so you're trying to build up as much meter as you can possibly here to go make it happen.
Another moon skill activation with the 2BC. Fantastic starter as well. Popped into the air. There's the air throw, and that's going to be the blood heat coming out from a Brrrr, and immediately Shijo pumping the brakes.
No, full
if you
stop.
press one wrong button, you are taking half of your health.
Yeah,
away.
Red means stop. Red means stop. But we're back in it though. We got the green light again here as we get a nice little chunk of damage in here. Last little chance on here, and has opportunity to go in for the command grab arc drive finish.
Man.
Oh,
just cutting off the escape, and it's like, okay, I have you in my sights. Grabs him. Oh wow,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, it's. I've been in that situation. I've been there. I understand. You're looking in there. You're holding like you haven't seen that the entire match, like the entire set so far, and you see that in a moment, like your deer in headlights. That look comes into your eyes here, and it's like, oh no. And of course, that finishing touch there. Well done from Shijo to move on in the bracket.
Yeah, just a checkmate at that final moment. And there's our number 9 seed for y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, Shijo was flown over here for a reason.
Yep.
And hopefully that convinced you.
Yeah.
Why Shijo's here to stay.
I have a feeling that we'll see many more matches potentially on stream for Shijo in there. I know I saw, I don't know if Haya has played. I forget which pool they're in. I was watching some of the other PSA player Drachme like play with the Kohaku, and was just very impressed with like kind of like some of the like the setups that they were doing with that. But Shijo keeping up the immense pressure all the way through there, and like making like someone like Vlov who wants to like kind of keep away, maybe kind of maintain a little bit of distance, that safe distancing on there. Like it's like, no, I'm approaching you. I'm gonna make it happen.
Absolutely. And you know what? Shijo, or at least Japanese players, I'll say, are very scary when it comes to this game because they have locals.
Yeah.
They have locals. If you want to go to like a local in the United States, you gotta like fly across the country, right?
Yep.
Or you're lucky enough to be in that city. But like Japan, they're always constantly running this game and always constantly getting so much practice, and there's so many strong players over in that area, and so many strong players that unfortunately were not able to make it out to Climax because of how expensive that travel is. I know Coin is one of those really strong players with, I believe, one Evo this year for the community events.
Either one or what was second in there, but did very good in that event. So, but yeah, like we got a lot of players being able to.
Oh, yeah, I think second.
Yeah. I was not sure as well. I was trying to go rewind.
It was
back
Scrot. It was Scrot. Scrot won.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
Unfortunately, Scrot could not be here for Climax of Night, but hope you're having a good time wherever you are on this. But in the meantime, we got ourselves StarXUnderscore versus Neko coming up here. I see an Aoko and I see a Mash Kyrie Light coming up to play.
Yeah, Aoko. The way I would describe Aoko is Jigglypuff but with lasers. She's constantly flying around the screen. She has so many movement tools in the sense that she has an extra air jump. She has an extra air dash compared to a lot of other characters. She's way more mobile, and she's constantly controlling the screen with her orbs, with her lasers, and keeping you from approaching her.
Yeah. At the same line, I would describe Mash as big shield plus on block on a lot of that, especially going in through with the clash frames on there, using the moon skill version of that here, holding it down here, using the moon skill for more moon skill here, kind of keep it at 0 here, throws out the star mines in there, make sure you're ducking low in there to get the hit in there, a full combo for Aoko for StarXUnderscore.
Yeah, another scary thing about Aoko as well is that once that pressure gets started, Aoko is very scary as well, because while she is a strong zoner, she's very strong in terms of rushdown, because she can make things that would normally be unsafe safe with those orbs.
Yeah, indeed here. Fatal counter on the side of Neko on there earlier, but StarXUnderscore going to take that back here. Finishes off with the EX on there. Get away from the situation. Doesn't want to even deal with the mines here.
Tossing those orbs, setting them up as a wall, and Neko going for that ground approach. Mash cannot contend Aoko in the air. Neko has to stay on the ground, stay there, boots on the ground right here, and just run all the way
oh my
through.
God. Clash after clash. I like what Neko was trying to do there. Use the moon skill clash frames in there to get the approach on the distance, to clear out all the mines, because when you hit the, when you throw most of the mines, except for the proximity ones, they go away on that. So you're trying to clear out the path for you, but there was too many clash frames in there. StarXUnderscore had the capability to attack. Catching on it, holding it down there, get the throw into the corner here. Aoko's favorite place.
All right. Neko getting caught by the negative edge yet again, mashing that 2A, but Star going for that instant air dash means that that's going to be beating that low and going to be securing Star this combo.
He still has access to the mine on there. Gets hit by it on the afterwards. It doesn't do anything else after the moon skill, unfortunately, on there. So you're getting stuck in the corner. Try to go for the throw in there.
A bit too late on that one, but still able to close out that round regardless and take that game to a 1-0 here for StarXUnderscore in this set. Yeah, we saw Star also trying to shimmy with the orb, but let go of that button a little bit too early, a little bit too late.
We are seeing some familiarity with the matchup for sure from Neko, but StarXUnderscore has been keeping it up and just keeping you guessing all the way through.
Tons of damage with that 2-2C.
Oh, catches on that. Try to go for the 6C on there, the 4C rather, on there afterwards, but gets pushed out of the way here. Delays on the follow-up on the 214B from Neko there, but you're getting shot pew-pews. My finger is a laser.
And I like all the variety this Star is representing with those lasers as well. We're going for the B lasers, we're going for the C lasers, and we're also going for those Moondrive lasers, which are very, very fast and can instantly check you if you're not playing careful from full screen.
They're going all the way up, using that triple jump from Aoko.
Oh, blood heat activation, you gotta pump the brakes, or we go for those throws as well. And this is one of the things about players that pop that blood heat. It becomes kind of predictable in a sense, where you know that other player wants to get that shield, and you want to kind of take advantage of that as the person who popped that blood heat to make sure, like, okay, you know what, they think I'm going to go for shield, I'm going to be as aggressive as possible. But now, when you turtle like that, pop that shield, you can go for those fatal counters.
Okay. The tech on the throw makes the mine go away here. Holding out the big EX. How are you going to get out of this situation here? Trying to find the proper time to jump out. Thinks they have a moment in there to be a little bit higher than Aoko, but StarXUnderscore makes you sure to shoot you down.
That was such a funny sequence right there. We had the wall like the fence, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to jump over the fence or are you not?
Yeah.
And yeah, Star like, okay, I'm in the air right here. Are you going to jump in the air? Have you seen that Have you seen that mini game, that new mini game from Super Mario Party Jamboree?
I have not seen anything from Mario Party Jamboree yet.
So there's this mini game where if you ground pound this button,
okay,
you have to like jump in reaction to not get hit.
Oh, like you're like okay.
Yeah, right. And that's kind of what's happening there. They're kind of playing this game where like, will they, won't they? What are they going to do? And then in that final moment, I think Star just jumped just a little bit higher, just enough to where he could get that laser to hit.
Yeah, that was that's one of those. You have a couple options with Mash in there, being able to kind of like do the dive bomb, try to get out of there. You may have been able to get away from it, but it was that perfect distance in there. Aoko just had the right read all the way through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you really want to be a lot higher as well. So we had to kind of commit to that pressure sequence, if you want to call it that, right there in the corner, because the lasers, once you're in the air, they always hit at that very harsh angle downwards. So you're not hitting like a diagonal across the screen. You're hitting a very steep incline.
Yeah.
But we are going already into our next match as well here. We got Akimi coming back here with the Vlov, with the Vlov plushie with her as well on that, versus Phantom, especially strong Miyako player.
Yeah, Phantom and Akimi, they both got Slashback top 8 actually this year. I know that for sure. CrippledRoach was actually another Slashback top 8 player, so it's really cool to see that they're, or maybe not cool to see that they're playing this early on, but just goes to show how stacked this bracket is, and you're really going to have to prove to the other player that you're strong enough to make it into that top 32 cut by the end of this and get out of pools on winner's side. But like you said, Phantom, a very strong Miyako player, also dabbled in a bit of Shiki, but I know that Phantom tends to favor Miyako a little bit more.
What I know about Phantom is anytime there's a Wasset Gaming and they enter that, they are typically either mostly first, but I've seen a couple like first, like top 3 finishes on there. So very strong and consistent with a lot of their positioning in the tournaments. But we're already getting started here. We got ourselves a nice little low on here. Going back into neutral at the very end of that, but going to get a nice chunk of damage. Goodbye to the middle part of Phantom's high health bar.
Yeah, running to the other side as well, catching Phantom off guard, and this is going to be enough to kill as we dump our resources.
Yeah, a very good start, I think, for Akimi there. Making sure that Miyako has to be like really up close and personal with a lot of hits. Like, you do have access to some good jumping hits in there, especially being able to like combo after throws on there. But you got to really kind of play that up close and personal game.
All right, looks like this round is looking a lot more favored to Phantom, keeping the momentum going here in this corner.
Goes in for the kicks after there.
I think Akimi was trying to jump out of that corner, but Phantom denying that.
There we go. Get the free hits on there after the combo there. Going to use that shoulder to great advantage here. Phantom not deterred from that first round. Going to get a round of their very own. A perfect in that.
And you can see at the very end there, that strike throw can be pretty scary with Miyako because she can grab you and she can get a combo off of that grab. So the reward she gets off of going for those strike throw sequences is a lot more than many other characters.
Yeah, already going in for the A kicks on there afterwards, but here a fatal counter goes in the favor of Akimi here. Going to get a little bit of extra damage on top of this combo here.
Sending Miyako to full screen, keeping them at bay.
Oh, it catches with the ground stomp. Back in the corner you go. And that's another thing you got to worry about. Vlov, like one of the tallest character in the game here, and Miyako on the way up and on the way down is going to make sure you're going to feel every little normal on the way.
Activation from Akimi, running out of the corner as well. We have our resources. Yeah, we gotta pop Arc Drive at this point.
Yeah, Phantom does have 4 bars waiting here. Could pop into the blood heat at any moment here. Div gives a nice little heat, a combo.
Waiting to get one more combo here. The shield on wake up from Akimi, and that is going to be the first game going to her. And that's, if Akimi wins here, this would kind of be a bit of an upset as well.
Yeah, Phantom, like one of the higher seeds on here to get out of the bracket here was looking pretty good for that. Akimi making a chance to change things around, but Phantom, again, not afraid here. We're going back into the corner over here. We're going to keep up with that Miyako pressure here. The tech on there, trying to get away here. Catches in the sky here. The falling were both shielding on the way down, but nothing afterwards, and the low A to begin things once anew. Good
blocks from Akimi, but we tried to mash out with the 5A. probably a little too late in that moment. Phantom catching them with that overhead, that jump attack, and bringing them all the way up staircase to heaven and back down to the ground. Phantom with another perfect.
Yeah, I forgot you could cancel that EX and continue it up and like fly on Miyako Airlines as you go here. The clash in there, forcing the going into Moon Drive, goes into shield and the BC option. Great option from Phantom on that.
And it really feels like when Phantom wins, he wins. You know what I mean? Like, when he wins, he's getting it perfect, or he's getting it near perfect. And right now, Phantom is looking to get a double perfect, potentially. One more combo because we have that arc drive available. And the front heat was a little too far away for it to actually hit Phantom.
Oh, that's going to be unfortunate here because you're draining the entire blood heat. You do not get any health back on that. Phantom here working on a significant life lead. Just goes in. The low shield, of course, you get fatal countered on that jump in there. Phantom got that right back at you.
And that was certainly a statement, right? Double perfect in response to that first game going to Akimi. Phantom showing that they're one of the strongest players for a reason and not going to go down without a fight.
We're back at it though here, the terminating match of the set here. Right now in the favor of Akimi, gets in a nice little hit on there, finishes with the EX, builds a little bit of that like moon skill right back here, and we're getting like slowly pushed in the corner. Miyako using like being able to get away from that with the jumping forward, gets the head with the corner here, and we're getting a little bit of damage right back at you. We're tying it up.
Once again, good blocks from Akimi, but when will this pressure end? Once Miyako gets on top of you, she's kind of like an insect, and you need to swat her out of the way because she's going to be stuck to you like glue. And look at that, Phantom getting all the reward from their efforts, opening up Akimi and bringing Akimi to dangerously low life in this situation. But Akimi once again popping heat on defense, another perfect opportunity to use it. Not too far this time around. It's going to be recovering all of that health to actually get the health lead this time around.
Yeah, gets a little bit of bite of crime here. The moon drive in there. Just go ahead and get another throw. A throw. Throws away from the corner, in fact, on there. But you are low shielding, and it got hit with the jump in, unfortunately.
Into the corner you go. Back up against the wall. Akimi quite literally and potentially figuratively as well, because Phantom is going to be pushing Akimi further and further away as Phantom gets closer and closer to set point, or to the set win, as we are now on set point.
Yeah, a couple of real strong hits early on here, but we're going to have to deal with this fatal counter from Phantom here as we go right back into the corner here. The big stomp.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, that was an arc drive.
Yeah.
A moon drive stomp as well. This has given Phantom so much reward, I'll say, because, you know, Vlov wants to stay grounded from full range like that. Doesn't want to be in the air too much. So we're taking full advantage of that with these stomps and getting a ton of reward out of it. But now Akimi is going to be getting a lot of reward from this hit. Black beat combo, but it's okay. We're going to be taking that damage regardless.
Using those fast projectiles in there. Get caught again with the fatal counter in the air, and Phantom does convert on there, and that's going to be 2-1. Phantom moving on the winner side of the bracket.
Yeah. Hit back immediately.
I think you said it best, actually. Like when Phantom was winning in those scenarios, really felt like you need to bring Phantom with you as a good luck charm to the casino to make sure you get the proper jackpot on there, because it seems like, yeah, like getting, especially at the end there, like getting that nice little fatal counter, being able to convert off that. Even Akimi seemed unsure of in a lot of defensive situations there, especially in the corner, trying to find that proper moment in there where we saw at one point tried to do the backdash in there, tried to use those invuln frames in there to try to get away, but it was just mistimed, unfortunately, and Phantom was able to do a full conversion from that.
And a lot of those low shields as well, right?
Yes.
And Phantom immediately checking them. So yeah, that was a really scary position that Akimi was put in for a lot of that set. And I mean, what else can I say than well played to Phantom for being able to take that set so effectively. I know some people say, like, oh, that was an intel round. That was an information game, an information point right there. And that kind of was, right? You know, some people joke about it, but quite literally, it feels like Phantom's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take this time to take it slow, see what you're doing, and I'm like, okay, I got you downloaded, I know what you're going to do, and now I'm going to break down your play style.
Yeah, and even like early on, like trying to make it like with the, so I test you out with the A can-cans, like the kicks on there. We got a button check coming in here, but trying to kind of keep playing the game, and then it's like, oh, you're responding to that now. Let me change it up here. Let me make sure that like let's find the thing that Akimi cannot adjust to.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we're going to be getting yet another Vlov. Finally, we're getting to the Vlov territory. all the strongest players converging at one point. And the thing is, we haven't seen a Vlov mirror yet, so maybe
Not
we will
yet.
at some point.
That's a possibility. That is always a possibility. Welcome to Vlovania.
But I'm interested to see who Infinity is looking to play. Okay, Saber is going to be locking in. I know that Infinity has played a lot of characters in his time. I've seen Infinity dabble with Ushi. I've seen Infinity dabble with Shiki. But I think I've seen Infinity dabble with Saber the most, and looks like that's the character that Infinity will be locking into. And of course, Medusa is going to be locking into that Vlov.
Yeah, Infinity has had the most luck with Saber in tournament, and I'm not surprised, especially in this matchup in particular. We saw this happen earlier in the day, like in another matchup where we just like you have like some really good ways to approach as Saber, especially going in for the Rekkas, and especially giving you the 50-50 setups on here. Unfortunately, Medusa has been playing Vlov ever since the beginning here, and has been consistently in those top 8s from tournament to tournament to tournament.
Yeah, there's some of those players where like they stick with the character from launch and they just continue to play this character, and that's Medusa right here, top 8 at CEO 2023 and I believe 2024 as well. Very, very strong player from Florida, and is really proving it right now against Infinity.
Oh, catches in with the long arm of the law here. Not a perfect, nearly so though. Very strong start from Medusa here.
But now Infinity can bite back very hard if we do find some good hits. We have 4 bars to our name. Moondrive activation, seeing what Medusa does, checking them with the shields. Oh, and that was a really interesting sequence there as Infinity escapes the corner with Medusa to keep this corner advantage.
I like that option from Medusa. Go ahead and you have the little bit of meter there. Go ahead and use the heat in there, because otherwise Infinity, especially with that EX, with the Tornado EX on there, you get extra plus frames, you keep the corner on there, you're trying to get out. Unfortunately though, Infinity does find that hit in there. Medusa was able to recover in time on here, and Infinity just resumes anew.
Double jump, good blocks from Medusa, not getting mixed up there by a potential low. Now Infinity going for that stagger pressure. The thing about Saber is that she doesn't really have access to too many highs, too many strong highs. So a lot of times she has to rely on that strike throw game. And if she's relying on, say, the Rekkas, right, she's getting pushed back to a distance where it's really hard to get those throws. So Infinity is just relying a lot on these 2As, 5A stagger pressure to stay as close to Medusa as possible.
Yeah, we already like getting very close on there. Got a little bit of damage here. We're back into the neutral. Get the throw down on there to try to keep up their turn on here, but you have to deal with the ice here. But goes ahead, throws it away. Oh, Avalanche expected. I like the idea. Was just a little delay from Medusa though. Was able to stop that from on play. Infinity wanted that counter. Avalon, perfect. Like you can do it from anywhere. You get that extra life on there, unfortunately, but not to be here. Medusa was ready for it.
Yeah, absolutely, and Medusa is ready to keep Infinity locked here in the corner right here. What's it going to be? Moondrive activation. Oh, and we go for that shield, anticipating a standing button from Medusa, but Medusa going for that jump, and we are already seeing those layers come into full effect there.
Yeah, finishing off with the 2A on there into the conversion. Medusa going to take that first one, but yeah, there's definitely some thought processes happening on both of these players right now.
Good shield in response, but once again, it's very scary to go for these shields now because there's so much more end lag tied to them, and we saw that 2B just gets that easy punish.
Get thrown into the corner here. Try to keep it up here. Catching with a little bit with the 5A there, but now you have to go back and forth. We are sliding along here. The opportunity is found from Infinity to get a confirm here as we get closer to the corner here.
Corner to corner, here we go. Hopefully you have a passport, because right now Infinity is taking Medusa across the globe, and now you're stuck here in the corner as Infinity is allowed to play their own game. Good punish. Doesn't fully commit though.
The instant air dashes coming into play from Infinity here. Yeah, going to go get a little bit of extra meter there. Has a little bit to work with. Has access to Moondrive at any possible moment here. The question is whether they need to choose it. They don't, because they got the throw on there and the fatal counter alongside of it there.
All right, now Infinity finally getting around against Medusa. But Medusa now has the ice mode activated, and now that projectile game is going to be so much stronger. 5A mash on Wake Up coming from Infinity.
A little too far away. The recovery from Medusa here, having to hold it back just from the insane pace that those the icicles can get thrown at. You get hit by the ice carpet here. The conversion from Medusa coming in mightily handy.
Going down, throwing out of the corner though, but interestingly enough. Fatal counter there.
Trying to bait out any sort of option here, but is Medusa going to get that hit in there, get all the way, just goes ahead and spins it out. Might as well, you have plenty of meter to work with here. You got that round, you got into set point.
Got one more round is all Medusa needs, and Infinity meeting Medusa up in the air after shuffling around on round start and going to be getting that first knockdown of the round. Certainly not a start that Medusa is looking for, especially when you're on set point. You want to end this as quickly as possible.
Holding it down here, like kind of just happy to hold down back here, waiting for that opportunity to arise here. The shielded to be here, just happy to block that there. Doesn't go for anything else afterwards, unfortunately. Like, you can't really do much on after the shield being on there. But catching on there, fatal counter with a 2B, I believe, on that. We're going to go all the way into the corner once more with that EX here.
All right, Medusa responding to Infinity. Here's a combo. Side swapping as well. Oh, but we spend the meter as a reversal. And now Infinity is out of the corner. Medusa popping that heat. Infinity getting hit by it. All that health being recovered. And because we have just a bit of that heat left, we can go for that arc drive. But it might have been a little too early.
Yeah, forced the block in there. I got the air unblockable on there, and Medusa took full control in there just to win the set and to move on.
Yeah, and looks like we drop shield a little too early there and was not able to fully shield out all of those projectiles. Well played to both these players, though, especially Infinity. I will say Infinity was looking so much better in those final games, in those final rounds, but Medusa keeping things together, holding down strong.
Yeah, the name of the game I was seeing from Medusa there was a lot of precision on there. Just Infinity was getting some really good hits in there from the Mash 5A, Mash 2A, just like getting things started on there. Medusa was able to kind of maintain control in a lot of situations there, just waiting for the moments to where like being able to I can throw it out there, let me go in there, let me get that ground the unblockable there, let me get that damage all the way through.
Absolutely. And that is going to be another great match done and dusted, and we have a lot more on the way.
Oh yeah.
With Safe versus StarXUnderscore coming up very soon.
Okay, so we got StarXUnderscore, no surprise for the Aoko on there. Safe, though, I know has played Vlov in the past. I know also plays Aoko. I'm curious to see which match, who we're going to see coming up here.
I think it might be the Aoko.
It might be the Aoko mirror. Okay, we'll find out all together. I hope you're having a great time out there watching the streams for both for Team Spooky and Max Mode FGC here for Climax of Night. We got plenty of action happening yesterday, today, and all the way into tomorrow as we go in through this French bread major.
Yeah, hopefully y'all have been enjoying the show. I mean, we had our pool matches yesterday, and another thing too is the exhibition. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the exhibition that happened yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I know that one was very, very long. They're kind of in for the marathon there. Hosted by Muddy Kips. Shout out to Muddy Kips. But yeah, no. All even players that may never even have appeared on stream but are strong players in their own right certainly got the spotlight in those exhibitions. And if you love Type Lumina, that's certainly something that you should watch, I would say.
Oh yeah, no, definitely with the any of the French bread games here. If you are in love with these games and you want to get better, this is the place to be right now. Even just every station, if there's not been pools, it's been casuals. It's been full up the entire time. Everyone's just here. They want to get that practice in here.
Yeah.
They want to have a good time.
It's really such a tight-knit community, right? And that's one of the things I like about Climax. You know, there's a certain merit to these big tournaments that have so many games, but Climax is focused, is streamlined, it knows what it wants to do,
Yeah.
and it does it extremely well. We have exhibitions for every game. We show all these games just as much support as its biggest. Like, Under Night gets probably just as much support as DFCI here, and that's just such a cool thing to see, that the community is being uplifted and knowing that, like, hey, your game is being supported by the community.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like, it's that connection there that kind of like, you see a bunch of people, you see a game you like, and you want to like integrate, like kind of go in there, just like find yourself a Discord, find a couple ways, like even just like playing at your local, just like while a lot of locals have opportunity to get casuals happening, just like to bring. It just takes you bringing a setup and bringing a system over, and you can find other people like, oh hey, I love this game. Let me play along with you. Let me get the casuals in.
Yeah, shoot, I'd be going to one of my favorite things is going to like the BYOC room at any major, and you just see people playing the most random games. I saw people playing Kaniku Man the other day, and there's some games that come in walking in, I'm like, what game is that? I had never seen this game before, but I have seen these two players before and their characters. It looks like Safe is not going to be locking into the Aoko, but instead will be locking into the Vlov, does not want to play the mirror, and probably feeling a little more comfortable with this character as well. Yeah,
that does make sense. Like Safe has, especially early on, I haven't seen Safe play recently, but like when they have played, they were pretty consistent on getting into those top 8 positions, especially here at Climax of Night here. We're getting the right back though. StarXUnderscore going to take full advantage of getting into the corner here. Go enough to set up some mines here. Get the stand up there, and there it comes. The 4C getting in. Explodes the mine on there afterwards in there and getting a nice little combo.
Oh, and there's that heat activation coming out. And one thing Aoko can do, actually, is she can back up and punish it with the orb. So that's one of the other things where Aoko has a very versatile toolkit for flexible set play.
Yeah, you let Aoko, you give Aoko an inch, she'll get a mile. She'll get a mile and triple jump that entire mile the entire time. Oh, caught on and tried to throw out some mines on there. Got hit with the fire carpet, and into the low we go here. Safe getting that round.
Strong start for Safe, but start unlocking that magic circuit to bring ourselves to 4 bars of meter. But boots to the ground means that you are susceptible to that fire carpet. Gets popped up into the air as Safe is going to be catching Star with an overhead falling down.
I love these, the change of trajectory in there just to get the jumping attack on there and into the corner as well from Safe here. But it's StarXUnderscore going to get things started with that instant air dash on there on the other side here. And I like that, just kind of backdash. It's like, I don't want any part of that mine. Just get away from me.
There's that just run up 3C. I mean, that certainly is a game plan, and is proving to be very effective as well, because I talked about this before. 3C is a button that is kind of like a maybe not it's a dedicated anti-air button.
Yeah, 100%.
And because Aoko is a character that wants to be in the air so often, that is a move that you can probably throw out a lot more often than you can against other characters. But you also want to be careful at the same time, because if the Aoko catches onto that, well, we have access to those extra air jumps and those extra air dashes to avoid it.
Oh yeah, no, you always have to keep track of where she is in the air and how many times she has jumped on there. In the meantime, you also have to keep track of all these mines that you're having to deal with here. The push away, the tech, very nice from Safe just to get away and clean up that situation.
You see that Star is being trying to kite Safe right now, just dancing around the screen, trying to avoid Safe by all means, but Safe finally catching Star with these throws back to back, jumps up and goes for the empty jump low here.
Yeah, goes ahead and finishes, goes ahead and activates heat just to be absolutely sure, get a little bit of health back as we go along here. But here comes the Moondrive activation from StarXUnderscore here. We're still in the corner. The follow-up here, tried to use the moon skill to get out, just goes ahead and get in, uses the jump cancel properties on it, but does get hit with the lows from Safe.
And yet another round going to Safe over Star, and that's going to be set point here. One more to go. Now Star trying to respect Safe a little bit more, playing outside the range of those buttons, of those projectiles, respecting it.
Oh, thought it was maybe a little bit closer. We're trying to go for the 3C option on there afterwards, but no can do there. throw. Have another, like, you have to deal with it, get a little bit of plus frames on there, but caught jumping on there, the fatal counter from Safe here. Get a nice little 4+K on there and enough to activate heat on there afterwards and make sure they get all that health back.
Yeah, you can tell that Safe is not uses heat a bit differently from other players, where we're using heat to maintain an advantage rather than regain your advantage.
Yeah, like definitely once like you get like you lose like you have more vital source available for that, so it really encourages you to try to use a heat activation on there, try to get that health back on there. But the BC into the jump in on there afterwards here. Going to go ahead, get that follow up, and go ahead charge up to make sure you have Moondrive available afterwards here. But you're going to get thrown in the corner for that.
Also built just enough to have one bar available, so heat is an option on defense if you choose to go for it. But a fantastic play from Safe, jumping up into the air, tossing out the hands, and gets hit by the orb as Star's able to extend that combo.
The Rube Goldberg machine is working here. We're going all the way into the Star Mine to get that. What a play.
Oh wow, yeah, trying to meet Safe up in the air, trying to lock them down with those JAs, but Safe just out of range and is able to get that air-to-air into the combo.
Catches on it, you already shield on there, but you're shielded a little bit too long, got thrown for it, the fatal counter for extra damage.
Right, setting up the orbs. Option from Safe, yeah, but Safe able to clear the fence.
Happy to stay away from the big ball, but does get the hit on there with the projectiles on there, and back into the corner you go.
Now this is so scary. Safe with nearly full health, full meter as well, and that moon drive is still active. Into the arc drive, confirmed, but not enough to kill. That will be enough though. Run up 2A, catching Star in their legs, and that is going to be the set going to Safe over Star.
I love that at the end there. Like realizing the arc drive finish, arc drive was not going to finish at the point there. Just go in. Let me check those knees. Let me check your reflexes here. Let me get a couple 2As there. But very well played from Safe on there. Just kind of has played Aoko in the past, so a little bit of familiarity with that matchup and how to kind of like avoid a lot of those mines and like obstacles in your way.
Mm-hmm. But fantastic usage of those orbs from Star as well. You always, like you said, there's so many things you gotta keep track of when it comes to Aoko. I will say more than any other character, where you have to be checking the jumps, making sure like, okay, does Aoko have another jump available? Does Aoko have another air dash available? But you also want to be checking to make sure, okay, is this a negative edge orb? Is this a proximity orb? Because those things do two very different things. We saw Safe keep that in mind where, you know, it was a negative edge orb, so he was able to backdash through.
Right.
And if it was a proximity orb, well, you're cooked.
Yeah.
And another thing, too, is like you also want to keep in mind, like, okay, where is it on the screen? Because if you haven't hit Aoko, if you haven't made Aoko block, then those orbs will stay on the screen forever, even if they're off screen. And we saw that come in where Star was able to take that round because that orb was on the other side. Yeah,
just lying and waiting, just like ready for any sort of input to come in, and like just happy to like oblige to that. We also saw like some like sleight of hand happening, like we'll set up the orbs in there, go in, like just get the throw on the other side, just making you think that it's like, okay, this is the option I want. I want those plus frames. No, I'm gonna get the throw. I want that damage.
Yeah, another thing too is that you also want to, as the Aoko player, you also are micromanaging those orbs all the time as well, making sure that you're always putting out the right one in the right spot. And it looks like we're going to be seeing another Aoko player come up to the stage to Llewellyn versus Shijo. Llewellyn on the Aoko, Shijo we've already seen on the Akiha. Does Llewellyn have what it takes to take out Shijo?
Yeah, like Llewellyn, I believe from the United Kingdom at that. So I was third for versus fighting this year.
Yes.
In that, so has like some very strong placements in the EU scene, and I love to see it. I love that we have this convergence happening here between like scenes from all over the world coming here for Climax of Night 6.
We're going to be seeing a different flavor of Aoko as well, using those orbs a bit as a wall, right? And just zoning with these lasers and playing a very grounded game, surprisingly grounded. But we'll see if things change. It is the start of this. It is the start of this set.
happy to go ahead and just get the follow-up on there. Tried and true. We saw that happen in the last set with Shijo on there. But get the fatal counter in there from the low shield here. Going to get significant damage in the favor of Akiha. Keep up the brilliant wheel in there coming into place. Good standing up though. Llewellyn happy to kind of keep the block and find that proper moment here. The question is, are they going to get it? They're going to get grabbed for it, unfortunately.
And now Shijo is taking a round against Llewellyn. And potentially be taking that game. That was a very dominant round and close to a perfect as well. The 6-2-3-A getting the anti-air against Llewellyn. And look at this conversion. Shijo on point, ready for it.
Yeah, using the brilliant wheels like a conveyor belt all the way down here. Oh, and unfortunately a little too, had the right idea, but the brilliant wheel was in play at that moment. The blood heat got hit on there, and Shijo gets a little bit more additional damage.
Yeah, oftentimes when Akiha goes for those wheels, she's often out of heat range.
Right.
So oftentimes she just makes you hold the pressure until you find a gap during that pressure. You cannot do heat on wake up with her.
But that was a very quick round. Shijo showing showing their entire might on the screen here, and we're already right back into it. No hesitation at all.
Covering the jump escape as well. Llewellyn is a sitting duck.
Oh, got standing up there. The low does make its mark. And we're right back in a familiar situation. We saw goes in, cancel with the down on there. Oh, and tried to do with the follow-up on there. Got caught on with recovery on that. Shijo takes full advantage.
Great combo to boot as well. One more combo is all Shijo needs, and now Shijo is speedrunning their way to set point, trying to take this set clean. And man, Shijo has tamed the beast, chopped off the wings of this bird that is Aoko, preventing Aoko from being in the air as Shijo is running such a flexible pressure sequence at really any moment.
Yeah, he activated Moondrive in there just to see what was coming in there and block low on there after, but you're still having to deal with this immense pressure here. And again, you're still holding it down. Brilliant wheel, jump on the other side. Llewellyn is holding it down has to find a chance in there to throw out some lasers after backdashing on here and get the throw on there on the other, get a couple of hits. Here comes fatal counter, no conversion though.
Yeah, that was a really tough one, a really awkward hit there. And now we have the pinwheels coming out. You have an orb as a wall. I also have this pinwheel as a wall, but it's a little more committal than Aoko orb. So Llewellyn is able to take advantage of the fact that Shijo kind of cut their momentum a little bit.
Oh, got caught with the low shield in there. Big opportunity for Llewellyn. Go ahead and get a couple of hits and throw out the Starmine. And here comes the 4C into the conversion. Everyone, every time the 4C happens, I just hear the crowd erupt on that. Everyone loves C. Everyone loves a good overhead.
And that 4C is a bit interesting as well because normally you can't combo off of it.
Exactly.
Unless you have orb or it's a counter hit. So you want to be very attentive when you use it and whether or not you get those counter hits to actually continue that combo.
There you go, the BC on there, changing the side in the favor of Llewellyn. Here, did get that round on here, trying to change up the pace a little bit. Does have plenty of resources to work with. The question is, the answer. Also, Shijo does as well, though.
Tossing out those lasers and tries to go for the BC follow-up, but because of that orb sitting there, is able to actually just automatically punish that BC follow-up from Shijo.
Oh, took a chance with the Moondrive activation on there, but going to take a significant chunk of damage here from that.
All right, what's the setup going to be now?
Oh, that was nasty.
Sneaky. And there
ending with the arc drive once again, just like last time, as Shijo continues this dominant run through this bracket.
Yeah, Llewellyn waving Shijo waving to the camera, handing over the Battle City card as well, the little game that's been happening all throughout Climax of Night as well. It's been that was a show from Shijo all the way through.
Yeah, absolutely. Shijo just so surgical. I think that's the most apt way to describe Shijo's play. Surgical. Knows what he wants to do and is constantly having an answer to everything. Even when Shijo looks like they might be struggling a little bit, they always find a way to bring things back and start running their game plan once again. And Akiha is certainly a character that fits Shijo's playstyle so well as well, because this character, once she gets that knockdown, I mean, she has so many options she can do on Oki. She sets the pinwheel, okay, I can do a safe jump, a mix-up, a side swap, right? We go for option coverage. Like we saw against Aoko, we were constantly keeping Aoko on the ground.
Yes.
And that really just swayed the matchup in Shijo's favor so much the moment we got those knockdowns.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of life, especially in that second match from Llewellyn, being able to kind of get some conversion there, being able to set up the orbs that they so desired to happen on there. And had like a couple of good opportunities in there with the BC shield from Shijo in there, got hit by the orb in there, had a chance on there, but unfortunately was not able to convert on that. And was able to, but it was just like a very hard. I felt very much uphill, like an uphill climb the entire time.
Oh, absolutely. And we'll be seeing if it is an uphill climb for OS Simpson as he returns.
Okay,
the man himself.
Yeah, we got OS Simpson versus Akimi coming up for the third time this stream on here. So definitely like expecting some Vlov here. I don't expect any changes. I think we have to be. At this point, the brackets are not being updated on StarGG just yet, but I believe we have to be either very close or getting out of the pool.
Yeah, I believe so as well. I think this might be... I believe this one is to get out of pools on winner's side. I might be wrong. Either this one or the next one. Either way, like you said, we're getting to that point. I mean, how many minutes do we have? We have about a quarter of an hour left of this block.
Plenty of time for Melty Blood.
Maybe half an hour if we choose to run a little late, but... it's all good because we're going to be seeing that top-tier gameplay come in once again. The return of the Ciel and the return of Akimi's Vlov.
Yeah, and, you know, I do like the use, like, Ciel in this matchup feels like a more doable thing. Like, you do have access of, like, being able to kind of thread the needle against a lot of Vlov's projectiles. And especially you have access to your arc drive, like, being able to, like, throw that out from anywhere. And we already see OS Simpson getting in on the start here into the corner.
Already using those keys, keep Akimi in check, and there it is. This is, I believe we talked about it before as well when it comes to those shields from OS Simpson. And Akimi already taking advantage of the fact that OS Simpson is constantly going for those shields in response to those shield hits.
Yeah. We already kind of like get the backdash, gets a hit on there from the fire projectile, no conversion. But we do get hit with the keys on there, using the moon drive to get the activation and go in for the kill potentially. Has a bunch of meter to use it. Are you going to choose to do it? Yes, you are.
It was looking a bit scary too.
Yeah, it was very close.
Yeah, Melty Blood scaling, man, it gives me a heart attack. Actually, again, I'm like, they're doing 1 damage, like literally 1 damage. This isn't a hyperbole.
It's like defusing the bomb in the situation. Like, do I EX? Do I EX?
Yep. Their EX has like 5 damage. I'm like, okay, man. Right now, Akimi fighting back against OS Simpson.
Akimi loving to do the run-up into the air dash, into the hit, and it's been working so far in multiple matches here, all the way into the corner there. Very nice, perfect to even things out.
And I really love that Akimi is going for those diagonal projectile moves because Ciel, one of her best movement options is being in that corner of the screen. So using that as a way to check it is really, really smart from Akimi.
Yeah, we saw OS Simpson a little bit with the black keys holding down and delaying the third one on there to get a corner, but we are, like tried and true, we are slobber knocking all the way into the corner once more.
Good blocks from Akimi and a great tech. Now we're out of that corner, or maybe not, and OS Simpson trying to spend that meter to keep Akimi locked down in a bit of a burst attempt, but Akimi holding their ground, blocking and getting a successful punish.
Oh, we did get that fatal counter. Goes ahead and activates Moon Drive in there just to get the run up. We're kind of getting pushing closer and closer to it. The Moon Drive activation on the other side, a little far away. Here comes the Blood Heat, though.
Instantly, OS Simpson pumping those brakes. And here's the thing, when you're in Blood Heat, projectile characters become a lot worse.
Yeah, oh yeah, very scary.
Because it does not matter where you are on the screen. If you get shielded, you're instantly getting thrown into a last art.
Yeah, felt a bunch of damage waiting for you potentially on that, but we're out of that range here. We're going into the going in using that level 3 on there.
Yeah, turning into a better character for a moment.
Exactly. Heat activation just runs up and throws. I need to take a bite out of crime.
And you can't see the players' reactions right now, but you can see that OS Simpson is stunned.
Yeah, like, you know, like everyone, like like Vlov is not the fastest character, but it's a little bit terrifying when you just like run up and throw like that.
All right, strong start for Akimi there, 1-0, making a statement. Simpson starting things strong once again, similar to that first round of game number 1.
Like catching on the tech there, going in right back at you. Like we're not doing that. We're not doing that song and dance again here. Here we come with the moon scale here. Get a little bit of extra damage. Middle part of your life bar is gone on Akimi's side.
All right. Oh, okay. The heat in front of Akimi's face, and there is the 3C to get the side swap.
Already, and again, once again, Akimi is running down the interstate and instant air dashing into your face here. Catching on the fatal counter also here. We're continuing that destruction happening here. A little bit back in the corner you go. Oh, just happy to block it. Akimi has been showing like little like that stop and go, ready to wait like oh, you're reacting to stuff here. Let me like pause the brakes here and let me let you do what you want because I know I can get so much more after.
There it is, lockdown with the projectile into the unblockable. Just covering the screen, spending all of that moon gauge along with it, but there is Akimi's crouch shield coming in once again and getting punished.
Like swatting a fly, get away from me. Yeah, follow with the 3C on there. Little bit of damage here, trying to find that precious fatal counter there, but the conversion is gone. Simpson side here. Get the wall splat into the corner here. A little bit of extra damage into spinning all that meter here.
Is it enough?
Boom, not enough.
No, it is not enough to kill Akimi. Still alive, potentially wanting to pop heat as well. We want to recover all of that health because we're on set point, but there is that moon skill coming out from Simpson on defense, and that will secure Simpson their round.
Very expensive though, because like has no resources to work with at this point here, while Akimi has basically everything on their side.
Holding shield a little bit longer that time, so we're not going to get punched like by 3C yet again.
Catching on that, going ahead, like get a little charge to make sure you have access to Moon Drive in the near future because you may need it here. Activating heat, they're trying to get that life back here. Happy to hold back and just like wait it out there. Doesn't want to like take too much mini chances here.
Akimi also not trying to spend a lot of meter as well. Wants to hold on to those resources. And there is the mash. The active defense from Akimi will be getting her out of that situation. And Simpson losing some life, getting a throw though, turning the tables on Akimi.
Okay. On the instant air dash in there, happy to go in with the heat. Unfortunately, not going to gain anything back. In fact, going to lose a little health as a result of that. Having to fortunately able to recover and get a little bit of away from Vlov.
Jump forward, catches Akimi on that retreat option. Down to the ground, into the corner. Where are you going to retreat to now? Into the air throw!
That change up on there hasn't gone for that option the entire time and uses it to finish the round, and now we are 1-1.
We can see all the conditioning coming into play, right? We're seeing Akimi condition Simpson to stay grounded, and now Simpson is starting to toss out those keys on the ground instead of in the air. We're seeing Akimi condition Simpson into expecting a throw and wake up. Instead, we're going to go for those instant air dashes to bait it out. And we're also seeing those the conditioning for Simpson to catch Akimi trying to jump out the corner.
Yeah, definitely like all the way, the blocking all the way into the corner there from Simpson. Finally going to like getting like out of there a little bit here. Holding down, does not finish the black key, the throwing out there, but does this time around get the EX on the follow-up here. And there 3C. One of the things like 3C does go up a little higher for Vlov in this version of the patch as well here.
Yeah, it's just a pillar reaching up to the skies.
Want to get the strike down on there. Try to keep you guessing. Here the tech throw. Yeah, cancel out of the jump on the moon skill. You can do that on that version of it. Oh, still just went for it, and you've got shielded and thrown to the other side here. Akimi has a chance to take this round back.
Yeah, looks like it, but not looking to spend meter just yet. Finds the confirm, but drops the combo.
OTG damage a little bit, but the follow-up on there. Gets in with the low here. We're on set point for Simpson.
suddenly the tables have turned. Simpson looking to take this away from Akimi, trying to get an upset here, and Akimi holding on for dear life at this point in time. And there's that A follow-up from the shield to punish Simpson on the fall down, trying to establish pressure.
Yeah, thanks for landing in front of me. Let me have all this damage here. But we are right back into play. No hesitation at all here. We're going right back into the corner. You go. A little bit of pause, a little bit of delay as we keep up the pressure one more time. Throws out a couple of the keys. Does not finish the Rekka.
Now we're just playing very grounded stagger pressure into a throw here. And you can tell that Akimi's throw tech timing is starting to be taken off course, as Simpson is changing up that timing and getting a lot more successful
misses off
throws
the
against
connecting
Akimi than
fly.
before. But Blood Heat activation coming out from Akimi, and now Simpson has to pump those brakes as Akimi is allowed to recover all of that health.
Oh, and I like that. Keeping up in the air, getting away from the ice carpet on there. Does get the hit in the follow-up in here in the corner of their own. Tried and true situation here. Tries to go in. Here comes the throw again. Just one more time. Not enough, but the on the ground damage finishes off the plate. As you do, you are a good person on there to finish off your plate. Simpson moving on.
Wow, game-changing move there.
Yeah.
An actual game-changing move that's completely swung the momentum into Simpson's favor.
Yeah, Akimi was doing a very good job of keeping the low down and kind of keeping away, but it was like as soon as Simpson was like, oh wait, what if I have sky miles? What if I fly? What if I kind of keep up that distance there? Was like, especially in those last 2 rounds there, was able to kind of get a lot of conversions there just to get away and get close, kind of keep up the pace and keep away. We saw that trying to use the moon skill in there to kind of keep up in the air a little bit longer and then strike down, dive bomb on Akimi to get that extra damage in there to get that final conversion.
But yeah, I mean, you can tell that by the end there, if Akimi was looking like they were tearing apart their game plan from Simpson, by the end there, Simpson was looking like we're taking apart that game plan from Akimi as well, taking note of those offensive and defensive habits, like really any other player that has been winning so far. But I think that was really well played by the end, and there's so many points in the game where wow, the layers really are coming through.
Right. Yeah, it's been. We saw Akimi trying to go for, especially, it's trying to go for those ground and block. You're in the air. I want to get those strikes. A lot of times missing on that just because of how, Ciel's trajectory is going on through there. You're having to deal with, both the player and how they're, kind of changing up the game. So you're right. It's just, I understand how you're playing this in there. I'm not going to let you go in there, get the run-up throw in there. I'm not going to let that happen again, or the instant air dash into jumping. And, I'm going to make this more vertical than horizontal.
All right, but now we are seeing the return of 2 players that we've seen before yet again. Infinity versus Nonchalant. Dreadhead Aroa, I'll say that full name right now. I'll probably never say that full name again. And Infinity is going to make sure that we don't ever have to say that name again, because we're starting with a very strong start to this round.
Yeah, going in, catches on the, what looked to be a throw attempt from high. Nonchalant Dreadhead Roa going in, getting the throw, and we are working on a speed run here. The final gets the tech on there on the 3rd throw of this match so far. A little too far away on the jump cancel, but Infinity is keeping the pace, making sure the tempo, the metronome is in play in Infinity's favor.
All right, what's it going to be now? Looks like we're swinging things back into Dreadhead Roa's favor.
We haven't seen a lot of the dive kick coming into play until really about now, actually.
Yeah, no, we haven't been seeing that at all. We've been seeing a very, very grounded game plan from Saber, and you kind of want to play that grounded game plan, but at certain points, those dive kicks do become a very strong tool that you can represent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, was a little too far away. Smelled out the whiff on there and got in with the EX in there. Back into the corner you go.
Is that enough? No. Oh,
wait.
Hold on.
No, the
Hold
throw
your breath.
in there.
Not enough. A pixel of life and the blood heat coming out.
So much health going to get back in a moment's notice here. It's all coming back as you have to deal with all the pressure on here. Great blocking from Infinity, though.
And that air dash from Dreadhead Row was so smart, too, because he was expecting a throw from Infinity, but Infinity didn't go for that throw. And we're already going for these reads after reads. And it looks like Infinity, just playing it safe, is able to get so much reward off of these plays.
Oh, happy to do it. Oh, the clash on there, a little bit unexpected there, giving Hyde a chance to go ahead and get the follow-up here, dashing back and forth, and there, get that conversion, finishing off with the EX, very nice.
All Alright, heat activation from Infinity. And one special thing about heat activation from Saber is that she actually gets a higher damage buff compared to other characters. We're not going to be seeing it here, but it is something that could swing things into Infinity's favor if we do find... we can like turn combos that normally wouldn't win the game into game-winning combos.
Yeah, there was a couple times where, like, especially with the activation of Blood Heat on there, that could have been a real factor at some point on here. But we do it. We get the dash through there and the follow-up of the EX, and it is going to be high, taking advantage of this corner.
Great blocks coming in from Infinity. Roa did find a low hit, but didn't fully believe in that 2A.
Holding it down here again. We're seeing some fantastic blocking from Infinity, but the low finally comes into play here, and Hyatt is more than ready to make the damage possible.
Yeah, you can only hold on for so long, especially when you're playing against a character so as suffocating as Roa. Yeah, at some point you're going to have to bite back, or you're going to be taking so much chip damage.
Oh, unfortunately got it with the low shield in there and got hit for it, but does get away from the thanks to the recovery on there, and actually they've added to turn, well, I was about to say turn the tables, but you know, Invincible DP says hello.
A bit of a jump scare right there, a bit of a burst option from Roa is like, you know what, I feel like you're going to press a button, I'm just going to go for that DP, and oh yeah, we try to cover our DP. We try to cover our DP there, and Infinity was just out of range in the air.
Yeah, did get a little bit of punch from Infinity on that here, but you're stuck in the corner. Here comes the fatal counter here. Going to make it. Yeah, spend a little bit of EX here just to get down here. Like Saber, Infinity has a bunch of meter work with, has Blue Drive activated here, or not activated, has it ready rather. But you're having to deal with the high continuously keeping up that pressure.
Found another hit with that overhead, and that is going to be the game going to Roa. Quick response from Roa in response to Infinity taking that first game, and now we're at even 1-1 for the set.
Yeah, I felt like it didn't feel like 2 rounds, weirdly enough. It felt like one very long round that was just like all Hyde all the time.
It really did. Because really, I mean, Hyde didn't really change things too much between those rounds. It was kind of playing that similar pressure game, and Infinity was playing a bit of that similar defensive approach where we're trying to block everything, not pressing anything, scared that they're going to get counter hit, but at some point you have to get out of this pressure.
Yeah, okay, managed to recover away, like it's away from the EX follow-up from Infinity here, and you're in the corner. Goes ahead, gets a little bit of throw here, force activate the moon drive, but yeah, go ahead, just get the throw here. A lot of more option on that. You are plus after the moon drive activation in there. You have that option in there.
And like and I'm saying like, okay, you know, you have to get out of here at some point, but where is the gap?
Yeah, you're just like Nonchalant Dreadhead Roa is making it very hard to make that happen here, and you're back in the corner. You start off the guessing game again, and the fatal counter from the low shield there. That's another KO. That's a hide on set point.
Nice set point for Roa here. The clash, and going to be winning that with the fatal counter.
Yeah, they're mashing it out there, making sure it does not come into play here. I want this corner for myself. Thank you very much.
Throw baiting out the DP this time around.
Continuing up, follow with it, skill. Oh, caught on the recovery here and right back. Oh, doesn't get the wall splat, unfortunately.
I thought that was going to be enough, but it seems like that's not enough, as Roa now is surviving with that pixel of life and going to be getting thrown on Wake Up by Infinity.
Yeah, very smart to go for the throw option on there, and suddenly we're on set point for both players. Oh, the shield A follow-up on there in the advantage of Infinity here.
Popped up, down, pop down. There's the dive kick being represented yet again. Blood Heat activation from Roa.
Terrifying example, holding back here, not wanting to make any false movements here.
Also has some meter available if we choose to go for heat on defense. And right now, I think Infinity really just needs to be reacting to these instant air dashes, or reading those instant air dashes with a standing button, because Roa is being allowed to reset pressure so many times because those options are not being checked.
Goes ahead, gets a throw on there afterwards here. Kind of keeping a little bit of delay here, just waiting and showing all the options that you can. Here comes, finds that gap in there to activate heat on there. You're stuck in the air. Uses the BC option just to try to get away from any potential option. However, Hyde still gets a hit on there and still keeps it on the corner. Activates Moon Drive in here to get the follow-up here, and we're seeing a little bit of exhibition.
Okay, now there's a throw. Roa stuck in the corner. Spends the moon skill to get out, or I think that was the meter version of the DP. Either way, that's going to be the game and the set going to Roa over Infinity. Infinity with a strong start, but Roa bring things all the way back.
Yeah, we saw more of that ground play from Saber coming back into it. We saw like the couple of dive kicks early on in there, but really, at once Hyde kind of figured out a few things, found their tempo in there. It felt very much like, you know, one of those YouTube videos where just someone trying to do try to go through a lock and pin number 5 is set, going through there like the 4-minute videos. It felt very much like Hyde was just meticulously fiddling with this lock until he just unlocked it. It's like, oh, there's the victory. I have it right here.
Now the question was Infinity a master lock?
Oh, no, master locks are too easy. Too easy. I don't think it was a master lock on that.
I don't think Infinity was a master lock.
No.
I mean, going 1-1 against Raw, certainly not a master lock.
No, not at all. Definitely one of those, you have to pay $40+ for.
Yeah, like one of those ones you get imported from overseas.
Yeah, really good bike lock or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it just Hyde was able to kind of keep it down and just. I was scared for Infinity in the corner. I was seeing it's when do you get out? When do you get out in this situation?
Mm-hmm. And once again, every single set we've seen, I mean, you find that one play, that one habit that the player is weak in when it comes to defense. And I think that was just checking those instant air dashes. And so many resets were made available to Roa because of that. And
exactly.
Because of that, he was able to take that set. And that is going to be the final set of this stream.
Yes, that is. Don't go anywhere, though. We still have plenty of action out here happening for Climax of Night, both on this stream and on Max Mode FGC as well here. We got plenty of, if you like that French bread action, good news. We have more of that coming your way.